Hello everyone, this is Virginia with Utaya Art by Virginia. I wanted to show you a little DIY that I came up with a few years ago. Um, had bought some glasses. Yeah, they're okay, but the finish started to come off of them, and so I thought, well, let's play with epoxy a little bit. Why not? Um, so many compliments on these. So many people have wanted me to make them. I don't want to make them for people, so I thought the best thing to do was to show you how to do it. So, like I said, this is one of my pairs. They are so fun. You can add whatever colors, whatever you want to do to them. I'm going to show you the process. These were done actually on kind of a rose gold half frame rimless at the bottom. I used an ombre type style. So the outer edges is done with this ice resin opal. By the way, love this company. I love their glitters. I'm not sponsored by them, but I did want to bring them to attention here. And then the ombre in the center here was done with their crystal opal. So let's go ahead and get on with the process so we can get some glasses made. First, you got to do your prep. So I pulled out an old pair of my glasses. You got to make sure you get them all protected and covered before you start anything on these. So first things first, you're going to cover the fronts and the backs. The backs do not have to be as particular as the fronts as far as trimming them out. It's basically just there to protect your glass from accidentally getting any UV epoxy on it. So when I start my tape, I only start here in the center area. Keep this kind of lifted up. I don't want that to be down, because as you start to trim them into your glasses, you're going to want a little bit of movement along that edge of the tape. Now, these are a little bit bigger, so it's going to take me 2 pieces. Just kind of overlap it here. So then, you can take whatever you want. You can take something smooth and get it done in here. I like my fingernail. I'm a fingernail person. The other thing I've learned that I do like using is I just kind of cut down one of those little wooden skewers with the point on it, and I dulled my point down. It does really nice in adding that rim in there. So that's why I said keep it lifted up there. Get that down in. You want that really nice and tight along that edge so that no UV epoxy seeps down in there. It'll clean up and just be beautiful when you're done. So once I've got that all in, take my trusty X-Acto knife. Now, this was my tidbit here. So I overlapped on this side. So I want to cut right along this very edge. Kind of keep your blade down. And I'm going to bring it across this way. This will not allow the tape to lift. I'll get both sides kind of trimmed in there. Just take your time. Try not to catch fingers. I'm pretty good at it. Ask anybody that knows me, boy. If I can do an oops, I'll do an oops. Luckily, I still have them all after the years of using a knife. So I'm just going to take that on around. Really nice. You want a really nice clean edge here. That's extremely important. If you want, you can always double your tape, especially when it comes to the sanding. If you feel that you're not comfortable with your sanding, Did a little piece here that must have missed. Just slowly remove the tape. So if you think you're lifting something, there you go. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the back side here. As like I said, you really don't have to be overly picky about this. You just want to protect your lens. You're not doing the whole frame. You can trim it off or leave it. It doesn't matter if you're just planning on doing the very top edge. It all depends on whatever design you think you want to do for yours. I'm going to take out this corner here. And take out that. So you're going to repeat to the other lens. So not to take up your time, went to Dollar Tree, picked up a pair of fun heart glass sunglasses. Play with the heart glasses because they are just so much fun. They had a lavender lens in them, so I thought how fun it might be is to go ahead and carry a little bit of that lavender through the frame. But first and foremost, we have to do our buffing. So I decided that I'm only going to do the center heart area. So I think I want to go ahead and add another piece of tape here to protect this area so that I don't accidentally scuff it up or it looks kind of bummed up there. So I'm going to put my corner in here. This does take a little bit, I won't lie, but it's not bad. Take it into my corner, run it down. I'm going to bring it around. And I'm just going to gently trim this edge off here to meet up with the other one. Carry that on around the top here. Bring it around so my nose is protected because I decided I am going to leave that, and I'm going to leave the earpieces black on this one. But now we have to, because it's plastic, like I showed you my metal ones, it doesn't matter whether it's metal or plastic, you have to do a little buffing to make sure that it will stick. So this is some just 220 sandpaper, and I work with small pieces. Big pieces just get in my way. So I do a little buff in here. Like I said, I'm just going to do the tops on these. So as you can see, I don't know if it'll show you or not, it'll take that sheen down and dull it down. Now you can go in, on this one I'm not going to, in your inner rim because I actually want to keep that black. I'm going to keep all my trim edges. All I'm going to do is just the very tops of these. So while I'm sanding away, let me give you a little input in why I named my company what I did. Years ago, I had an interior design firm, and I had this lovely client who had her mother, and she was from Italy. And she says, "Oh, you know, you gotta tell your friends and your family all about what you do. And she was the sweetest lady, so I just absolutely loved what she had to tell me and her wisdom and advice. So for years, I've called it Utalia. So I hope that you tell your friends and your neighbors or anybody you like about what I do. Share it on. So that's just a little fun tidbit while I'm sitting here sanding my little frame away. It doesn't take too long. It actually is a pretty relatively easy project. And it's so much fun. I mean, just think of all the different things you can do. The possibilities are just endless with it. And if you want to practice, do it, the best way to do that is go to Dollar Tree and get your $1.25 pair of sunglasses or glasses to play with before you go pulling your good glasses out if you decide to do those. Yes, I did do my glasses, and yes, I did start on them when I began, but that's has a tendency to be my personality to do things with baptism with fire. So if you ask my husband, he'll tell you. She doesn't start with anything easy. Now, I don't really like this little corner area here, so I'm going to take my thing and lay that tape back down. Kind of lift it up. So now get those all kind of cleaned off, and no paper towel. I'm just going to kind of brush all the dust off for a second with. Then I'm going to get me a clean paper towel here, and I use 91% isopropyl alcohol. So I'm going to spray some alcohol on a paper towel here, and go ahead and get that all cleaned off. Okay, so while that's drying, you're going to get into, make sure that you have a little container with some isopropyl alcohol. And I decided that I am going to do a base of this lavender mica powder with the UV, and then I've decided I top it with my crystal opal. So first things first, and all this stuff out of the way so you don't need it. Love my trusty little Dollar Tree palettes, containers. I use the UV Resin UV. I have used others. It's been fine. It's totally a personal preference to you, but that's what I'm using today is the UV Resin. Oh. So here, when I'm mixing my UV resins, you don't need a lot, and you want to make sure I put my powder down in first. I guess it doesn't matter, it just happens to be the way I do it. You could put the UV resin. Now I don't use a lot. This goes a long ways. So I'm only putting like maybe not even a half of a teaspoon in here. And I'll get my brush out, mix that on up. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's called Chameleon Lavender. Who's that by? A&G Supply. I have so many different things I've went and purchased, and just because I wanted to try them. Well, if you're a DIYer and a crafter, you know too. We probably have way more supplies than we need, but they always come in handy. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I don't know if that show in that picture or not. Oh, that's just lovely. So anyway, we're going to go ahead. Just going to get ourselves a nice little top coat here. Run it along the edge here. Oh, that's just beautiful. I don't know if it's showing or not. Just adding a little color here on top. Ooh, ooh. Can you see? It kind of looks blue in there. I wish it was a little truer color. So biggest thing, make sure your UV paints are out of the way before you pull your little light up, because they will set up fast if you don't. Alright, so in it goes for a few minutes. Alright, set that off to the side, turn the light off there. Alright, so see, it's nice and dry. Epoxy back over here. I'll take some of my lovely glitter here, drop it down in, see if I can not make a big mess. Gonna pour just some clear epoxy, only about the size of maybe again about a quarter teaspoon, just a little bit. You just need a little bit. This goes a long way. It's probably the thing I love about it. So, and just clean your brush out if you want there with some alcohol. Get that wiped off. Alright. So, this is a little bit tacky. That's the thing I love. Don't clean it with the alcohol yet, because it's going to be a little tacky. And you want that tackiness. I'll put just a little bit of UV on my brush. So I have this, I don't know if you can see here, just a little bit of powder on there. I'm just going to kind of tap it around. Get a nice coverage. The beauty of it is you can put this coat on and then say you want a little bit more, or say you just want to do the top part and leave the bottom part purple, which I'm kind of leaning to on this because I really like this, but I don't know if I want all of the glasses with the glitter. I might have to do another coat of the UV with the mica patterns on the bottom, just to give it that extra oomphy. Oh, those are really pretty. That's really, really pretty on top of that lavender. So I don't know how that's showing up for you on the video. Like I said, you guys gotta forgive me. This is my first video. It's all trial and error. But I did promise my clients. Oops, I almost knocked that over, didn't I? See? Whew. Let's move that out of the way. I'll end up with alcohol all over the place. So I think, let's see here, how far down do I want to take that? Maybe, you know what I think I might do here is I'm going to grab me one of my smaller brushes. I'm going to put a little alcohol on this brush. It's the beauty of it. And I think I might push this glitter on up. Because I don't have any more UV epoxy on it, or I can transfer some of it over here, I can kind of clean it up. Say I want to just push it on up. I don't want it quite all the way. I just want to do it right to the nose piece. Just take that glitter just to there. And clean my brush up, put a little more alcohol on here. Alright, I got a couple of little stubborn ones. Just put a little alcohol. Glitter is so much fun, isn't it, guys? Like, you know, it goes everywhere. I wear it home, wear it to bed. Alright, so I think I like that. And then I think maybe we'll bring it down here and just kind of angle it a little bit. Give it that cat eye look. Kind of what the glasses are, a little bit. And blend it on down. Now that we have some glitter on there and it's kind of stuck, we're going to come in, dab to my clear with a little dab, and I'm just going to set it up on top of it. Take it right to there. It's going to add like a clear layer right up on top. Grab some more. And put in, you know, a nice little bead. You want to add the epoxy to it. So you want a little bit of height to it. Because you're going to be doing some sanding. And you may decide you want to do another coat of glitter. You might want it more intensified. You know, the imagination, it's all yours with what your thoughts are and your finished product of what you think you'd like to do. Okay, so I've got both sides done here, and you might not be able to see, but the glitter is kind of chunky, so you know, it sometimes has some parts that kind of fly up and things along that line. But I've decided I do want to do 2 layers of glitter because I like it, but I think it could take just a little bit more. So in that case, we're going to take our paper towel again, put some alcohol on it, because that's going to take away that little bit of a residue. It's dry, it's not hurting anything, but it's just going to take that residue. There's kind of a stick that we're going to kind of remove here so that our sandpaper slides really nice. So see, it's completely dry. It just, but it's slightly bumpy, and we want to smooth that down. So plus, this will also make my next layer adhere better if you do just a quick little sand to it. Okay, hit your alcohol again real quick with it, clean it off. And we are just going to do the repeat. Just like put a really, just brush a real thin. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've done these. Actually, I've been so busy getting ready for the art shows. I hope you take time to check out my channel. I love creating things that nobody else has ever seen before, or taking epoxy, stretching the limits, liking the second layer. It just adds just that extra dimension to it. It might be kind of difficult to see on there, but I promise you when you get it all done, you're gonna love it. We are going to come through and wipe down our edges though before we put this under the light. We're still going to do another layer of clear when we do our final top coat. Just love those colors. They just make you happy. What do you think you do that makes you happy? How blessed are we? Alright, okay. I'm liking that. Now we're just going to do a quick little clean up before we put it. I'm taking my skewer again, just making sure that I get my edges around, so if there was anything that's kind of sticking down there, you can also take your finger and lay it down. Nice clean edge on that. Okay. So in it goes. Oh, we have our second coat on. It's been baked on. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to repeat what we did earlier. We're going to do a quick sand down to make sure everything's nice and smooth. Okay, we're ready to rumble. The best thing about epoxy is you can just, it's endless the things you can create and do with it. This top coat, it just brings, like anything else with epoxy, it just brings that final finish, almost kind of like a magnifying glass to all this lovely glitter. Brings it all to life. If you do epoxy, we all know that that final top coat is just so fun to put on. Alright, here goes the funnest part. Always is peeling the blue tape. Let's see. And letting them set out in the sun for, 5 minutes. It does a full, complete cure, and you won't have to clean anything with alcohol because it will just take them and do it. And oh, well, I guess I need to share with you. What do you think? Are those so fun? Huh? Would you wear them? I would. So if you like me and you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel and I will put on some more how to do fun projects with epoxy. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.